Tonight, I decide to shock a dead body. We have a drink with some skeletons, and I meet a very old friend. Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. In tonight's video, we will be getting the platinum for Metro Exodus, and finally finishing off this trilogy of amazing games. There are 50 trophies required for the platinum. The majority are story-based, while also doing certain challenges during certain missions. Also, we have the dreaded collectibles. And this game, there is a crazy amount to find.
No, don't say that.
But anyway, before we start, I should also explain that while recording the footage on PlayStation, the audio ended up fucked and unusable. So with the audio not working correctly, there was only one thing to do. All the gameplay footage you will see is me playing on PC, but the trophies are obviously from the PS5. So just thought I'd warn you all beforehand. But with all that out of the way, let's start. Our journey begins with Artyom, talking about the Great War that wiped out the planet, and he is explaining how there is only the 50,000 survivors in Moscow, who are the only people left on the planet. I mean, immediately I'm questioning that, but as long as France is destroyed, I'll not complain. Here Artyom tells us, however, that he did hear someone on the radio before it cut out straight away, so he returns to the surface every few days, trying to find that signal. But we are planning to head back to the metro station, and yeah, this game still looks fucking amazing. But this should be an easy stroll back to the station.
2 seconds later.
Never mind. I forgot what game I was playing. Just as we start to open this door, we see just how many mutants are after us.
This is the worst!
Another one.
Luckily for Artyom, some of the Spartan Rangers show up and save him. So as we wake, we see Anna is waiting for us and wow, Artyom is one lucky fucker.
You're goddamn right.
But it doesn't take long for Colonel Miller to barge in and start giving me shit about going to the surface and nearly getting myself killed, especially after the battle at D6 has left us short on numbers. But after we recover, we meet up with the Spartan Rangers. So this is Duke and Demir, Alyosha, followed by Stefan, Idiot and Sam at the back. Cut to us a few days later, and we are back on the surface, trying to find that radio signal. But Anna isn't too happy sitting around waiting. So before she decides to shoot me, we get up and head out. Here we can fully see how destroyed Moscow really is, as we crawl through tons of ruined buildings. But it doesn't take long before some mutants try and get themselves a snack, but we quickly gun them down. Luckily for Artyom and Anna, they narrowly managed to avoid this massive pack of watchmen. So as we are heading back, we have to give Anna a boost, and here she returns the favor. As we both make it up top, we see her amazing sight. Well, Anna probably finds it amazing, but last time Artyom seen a train, he got hit by it.
Flashback.
But with some great timing, some rangers show up to help us chase the train.
I just can't do it. I can't take this shit no more, man.
Fuck, Artyom must have severe brain damage the amount of times he gets knocked out. Turns out these are actually Hansa soldiers, and they didn't recognize us. But here, the other 2 prisoners tell us that they don't come from Moscow. So Anna finally believes me that there is life outside of Moscow. As we pull over, I can see exactly what's about to happen. Fuck me, what a day this has been for Artyom. But this is probably just an average day for a Russian. But we follow the train back to their base to find Anna, so we make our way inside using the old drainage pipes. Once inside, we sneak around until we find a new companion.
Watchman!
So this here is Yermak, and he drives the train and plans to help me and Anna escape. Let's be real, if you watch the last videos, you know no one can spot Artyom. So we do the usual turn out the lights and stick to the shadows. We then take out a guard on his own, and Yermak points us in the direction of Anna. So we kick down the door and make a beeline for the twat with the gun.
Alert! You fucker!
Hunter's badge? It stopped the bullet!
Take this, bitch!
So this officer tells us that the thing we just shot full of holes is one of many jammers set up around Moscow. So the rest of the world thinks Russia has been wiped out. As we see from the map, all the other countries are still communicating and Britain is still alive and kicking, while France has been wiped out.
Excuse me, brah. You're excused. And I'm not your bra.
Yermak then bursts in and tells us to meet him inside so we can get the fuck out of here. Here we begin to sneak past the enemies patrolling. We then definitely kill this guy with a kick to the head, even though that's meant to be the non-lethal takedown. Then using the pipes, we crawl along the side and enter the base. Once inside, we see the massive train. It's here, where Anna tells us that Yermak has been taken prisoner, so I plan to free the old man, which turned out to be a lot easier, as I just knocked out one guard. But here, he tells us to get up top and turn the train around, while he gets it started.
Enemy!
So we turn the train around. I mean, that was pretty simple.
2 seconds later.
Don't let go of him! That was intense.
Once the door is open, Yermak gets the train moving as we make a run for the train while getting shot at the entire time.
We did it! Yeah!
As we wake up yet again, I recognize those metal legs, and it's here Anna calls out for help and the Rangers immediately jump to our aid, capturing the Hansa soldiers and saving us two from getting killed. Here Miller then says that we fucked everything up. Eh? Hold up, we didn't shoot 2 innocent people, you dick. But Miller says he will take me and Anna out of Moscow while everyone else stays. But the lads have other ideas.
The order leaves no one behind. Alright, Spartans. Throw these overboard and full steam ahead.
Can't believe we stole that train without anything happening to us.
Surprise, motherfuckers.
Dad! They caught up!
As we are all trying to stay in cover, they fire warning shots and Alyosha gets hit. So as we are trying to come up with a plan, Miller once again blames me and says that I should board the train and blow it up. And pause right here, ladies and gentlemen. Anyone else think Miller is being a cock for no reason?
Oi, don't say that. That's not true. That's not true.
Does he forget that Artyom's kill count in the battle for D6 was easily in the hundreds? And if we didn't save the Dark Ones, he would be dead right now. Anyway, so we grab some explosives and jump from one train to the other. And it's not even the first time Artyom has done this either. Maybe Miller was right to send us as Stefan's fat ass couldn't make that jump.
Don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry.
As always, we start to take out some guards while moving towards our objectives. Here we get our first trophy of the video for detaching all train cars. We get another trophy for patching the gas mask. With our cover blown, we are forced to fight our way through the train. Once we reach the engine room, we plant the bomb and get out of there. Once again, Artyom jumps from one moving train to the other. But without help from Duke, we probably would have fallen. Here we get a trophy for beating the Moscow level.
We stopped 100 clicks from Moscow to check our Geiger counters. The thing is, they are all in the green, as if they're in a conspiracy. Still, this amazing piece of news doesn't really impress anyone that much. The guys are all confused as to what to do next. And I'm just waiting for answers. And hoping the commander, whom until recently I trusted implicitly, is going to be extremely persuasive in his reasoning.
So Miller drops a bombshell here that apparently the war didn't end, and he believes that half of Russia has been occupied by enemy forces. So they set up the jammers, so the rest of the world would believe that Moscow was destroyed fully.
Seriously?
Miller then gives off at Artyom for sitting in silence. And mate, he hasn't spoken in 2 fucking games, he won't start now, but managed to find a radio signal that says to travel to a certain location. So that's our new plan. But first, we have to name the train we are on. I obviously want to call it Thomas, but I'm shot down by the entire crew.
Come
How
on!
about Aurora, the Roman goddess of dawn and a cruiser of, you know what?
Here we get a trophy for naming the train.
After all those years in the underground, the air of the surface seemed incredibly fresh, intoxicating. But that was not what had caused the crew's euphoria. Our journey finally got a definite purpose provided by the transmission from the government bunker in the Urals. For 20 years we thought that neither the government nor military high command had survived. Turns out they're still around. Where were they while we were eating each other alive in the metro? We'll have a lot of questions for them once we reach Yamantau, if we reach it. The ruins of our country are under enemy control, according to Miller, and we'll have to fight through to our goal. A small team against the occupation armies? What are the chances that we'll succeed? That we'll get some answers?
Froze anything off yet, darling? Here, let's warm you up a little bit.
As we are travelling, we encounter a roadblock. Wait, would it be called a train block? Or a track block? Fuck, my brain exploded there. Anyway, once inside, Miller is paranoid, saying that these must be the enemy forces we have encountered. So he plans to send me and Anna out scouting to see who or what it is. While moving out, we see an old church, and we plan to check out there while Anna gets into a sniping position to cover us. Here, we get a trophy for entering a boat. As we make our way to the church, we soon find out that this is a religious cult. And look, I love my cults just like everyone else, but these guys hate technology and worship a massive fish, so they aren't the smartest. But once inside, they decide to trap us in their shitty church and arrest us. It's here we meet Nastya and Katya, and they are prisoners of these cultists, so we plan on rescuing them as well. But before I can get them out, some cultists plan on killing me. So I slip away while Anna plans on saving them with the use of a boat. We all know the score by now. I knock out any guards dumb enough to be on their own. Then we just have to release a boat and go and make my way back towards the train. That is, until we get attacked by some dumb prawns. Luckily for Artyom, Duke was once again on hand to drag my ass out of the water. So thanks again, pal. That's the second time you have saved me.
You people should be thanking Christ that I am who and what I am because you need me. You need me to save you.
Once back at the train, Miller tells us to head towards a massive crane in the distance and recruit a mechanic called Crest, as he can help with the train and apparently knows the area well. Here, we finally meet Tokarev, the gunsmith, and he reunites us with our old friend, the T-car rifle, and I love this thing. We get a trophy for installing a mod on every part of the weapon, another trophy for using 500 resources on crafting. Finally, we arrive at the massive crane, just to be ambushed by ghouls. So with the help of Crest, I'm able to hold this position, while also contributing to the extinction of the ghouls in this area. Finally, we are able to come face to face with our new friend Crest, and it is very easy to get him to join us as he wants out of this area. While we are heading back, Miller tells us that Anna is not responding as she went to check out her old ammo dump, so for us to go check it out.
2 seconds later.
Artyom, I heard you call me. It was...
We are able to get the front door open and let both Demir and Sam in to help us out. So as Anna reports back to Miller, both Demir and Sam can't stop laughing because she is in trouble with Miller. Here we get a trophy for creating a filter while suffocating, another one for killing 30 enemies with the T-car. Once back again, Stefan pleads with us to talk to Miller about letting Katya and Nastya stay with us, as the cult will probably kill them if they stay. Once inside the train, we see Crest has officially joined. Here Miller says the plan is to steal a boat from local merchants and bring us close to the bridge. Here we can infiltrate the bridge, lower the doors, and drive the train through. Stefan and Anna interrupt us, and again say we can't leave without Katya and Nastya. Here Crest says that there is a rail car we can use, and it can tow a carriage for people to live in. So once again, I get told it's my job. We get a trophy for killing a demon with a Molotov, another one for finding both the guitar and teddy bear. I then use a boat to enter where the rail car is, and that big fish definitely lives in here. This is prime big fucking fish area. We then get ambushed by some ghouls, but I make them instantly regret that decision. I then manage to find myself a nice pair of night vision goggles, which will make Artyom even deadlier in the shadows, but we carry on moving through this area to find the rail car. I fucking knew that fish was here, so as I try to kill the ghouls, the big fish pops up and steals some of my kills, but I'm able to get my revenge. Here we get a trophy for killing the fish. Yeah, I may have just shit myself. Here we get a trophy for finding the rail car, so we start bringing it back to hook the rail car up with the carriages. We get a trophy here for finding the train car. Here we are finally able to bring back the rail car to the train. Here we go over the plan once again with Miller. He tells us that half the crew will be there, but only me and Duke will actually enter the bridge and open the gates. We get a trophy for killing someone while wearing the gas mask and night vision's goggles at the same time. We head back to the crane near Crest and reunite with Anna.
I wrote a blog post a while ago about why I hate video games, because this is what it does. It appeals to like the male fantasy.
You made it. I was worried sick while you were running around in that terminal.
While we are talking, the rest of the gang move in and surround the merchants and their boats so we can take them down without killing anyone. I then decide to go underground with Crest to get closer to the boats. While Crest distracts them, I sneak on board. Here we use the cover of the cargo and the darkness to sneak past any guards. But after knocking out the last guard, I hold the captain at gunpoint and he tells his crew to stand down. So Artyom, Duke and Crest use the boat while the rest of the gang head back to the train. As we approach the bridge, we see how massive it is.
That's what she said!
But also how many guards there are. So this will be tough. It's here where Duke gives us a hand and we put our extensive training to use. Once up top, we start to move towards the top of the bridge. Here we take out several guards in our path while remaining undetected. It's here where we take the elevator up to the top of the bridge and see how many cultists there are. So we take out another guard and then confront their leader.
So you got me, you damned heretics. You took Katya, and now you have me.
Damn, you are quick, Artyom.
But after we explain we just want to pass through, their leader here tells his men to stand down and let us pass. But we have to jump onto the train, which I'm sure Artyom is sick of doing.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
Artyom, let's jump!
Here we get a trophy for keeping Duke alive. Another trophy for beating the Volga level.
We left Volga behind. The endless expanses of Russia stretched before us now. The bridge dwellers had finally decided to believe that we were not demons and let us pass. Anna was right. We invaded their world, and it's not up to us to destroy it, no matter how stupid it may seem. Electricity is a sin. Is that really worse than the lies we were told in the metro? About how the whole world was dead and there was nowhere to go? Everybody in the tunnels bought that convenient lie. Once we reach Yamantau, we will at least know if that lie was justified. Since so far, we haven't met any signs of enemy occupation.
As we wake up, Alyosha says that Miller is waiting for us on the bridge. We get another trophy, finding a song on the radio. Once we meet with Miller, he tells us he had a conversation over the radio with the Russian government, and they are in a place called the Ark. Miller obviously believes this fully, but I don't, since Miller is in charge. And we have no other plan. We have to just go along with it.
We are approaching the Yamantau bunker, the final destination of our long journey. Direct radio contact with the bunker has completely dissolved Miller's resentment towards me for destroying our previous lives. He is eagerly anticipating the meeting with the Minister of Defense he was promised. Probably such things are important for a career officer. The people, though, are less interested. They are asking important questions. Where are the occupying forces? Why is there just wilderness and people gone wild around? What's stopping the government from restoring the country? What was being done in the last 20 years? Miller believes that we'll get all the answers. He will be pardoned, as well as Anna and I. And we will all return home to the metro.
We are getting closer to this Ark bunker. And side note, this game is fucking amazing looking. Seriously, it holds up so well today. But here we have half the team board the railcar to head inside, while the other half stay on the train just in case we encounter any problems. Once we arrive outside this place, both myself and Crest are thinking the same thing. This place is dodgy as fuck.
We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember this. You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
But they finally allow us inside. And once we are in even, Sam says that why is there no guards or patrols, since this is meant to be the remaining Russian government. So it's just us, Anna and Miller, who will go inside while the rest stay here.
Comrade Minister, Commander of the Joint Special Operations Forces, Squadron of the City of Moscow, Colonel Miller, reporting.
Women and children? Good. Haven't had those in a while.
Who are you?
Yeah, I fucking knew this place was dodgy.
Artyom, please!
I have worked out right away that these guys are cannibals and plan on eating us, and I mean can't blame them for wanting to eat Anna. But Miller here is being brain dead and asking for the government and not realizing that we are going to be eaten.
I'm kind of retarded.
But the doctor then takes Anna away because he doesn't like her cough and wants to run a few tests before they eat her. So it looks like this is the end for us lads.
Good.
Oh my god! Inhuman reactions!
So we all hold our position until Idiot gets the elevator working.
This is where we hold them! This is where we fight! This is where they die!
This results in us just mowing these retards down for a good 5 minutes. Here we get a trophy for killing 100 cannibals. As the elevator brings us up, we will all split up to search the facility for Anna. So we arrive at our section and start to clear out any cannibals we come across. Finally, we come face to face with a challenging enemy.
Finally, a worthy opponent. Our battle will be legendary.
It's at this point where we are able to actually find Anna tied up. But obviously the angry doctor surprise attacks me, because of course he does, but after a short tussle, Anna finishes the job. Normally I hate slow walking behind other characters, but it's not so bad here.
What you saying, huh? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Gee.
We then reunite with Miller and Idiot. Just as they execute these twats, an Idiot uses a map to find several different places we can settle, so he takes what information he can before we leave. Our group then get back in the elevators and head topside.
Get in, everybody!
I love how Sam just channeled his inner Dempsey here and start mowing down wave after wave of these freaks.
I understood that reference.
But eventually we manage to escape. Back on the train, Idiot says that we can use satellites to find a suitable place for us to live. We just need to travel to it. Here we get a trophy for beating the Yamantau level.
3 months on the road. 3 months of constant trial. But after Yamantau, we are ready for anything fate can throw at us. Mere kilometers separate us from the Caspian 1 communication center. Will the maps within yield a spot free from radiation where we could finally settle in peace? I don't know. But what's left for us but hope? The desert is taking its toll. The crew suffers from heat and thirst, and the Aurora is not in her top form. We're out of coal and had to switch to burning available fuel. Old cross ties and twigs.
We then open this mission with Anna complaining about sand.
I'm not in love with this place. Nothing but sand and heat.
Shut your bitch ass up!
But we soon see some Mad Max looking fuckers in a car flying past us. Back inside the train, we hear that most of the crew are struggling with sickness due to lack of water and the heat. So only the ones in this room are fighting fit. So we head out to find out where that car went. I then burn a snake because I'm a psycho.
Scary! Shiver my timbers!
We then enter a building and gun down several more ghouls because I fucking hate them. Once at the top, we're attacked from behind again. And seriously, Artyom has shit awareness. But luckily, we are able to dodge the axe and knock this twat out. Here we manage to steal the key to his car. We then begin to just gun down every single ghoul in this area. Like seriously, I must have killed 20 plus. So imagine my surprise when there is another ton of them just apparently hiding inside the car the entire time. Luckily again for us, Demir heard the gunshots and rushed over, but he tells me to go check out a local lighthouse as the person inside asked for help. Here we get a trophy for driving the car, another trophy for killing 50 enemies with the car, yet another trophy for killing 300 mutants. We then finally arrive outside this lighthouse and hear over the radio that the local bandits are attacking it. But as we enter the cave underneath, we see these guys are having a really bad time in here. Like seriously, these guys are getting slaughtered. To make things worse for them, I flank from behind and take out yet another squad. So we then enter the boat elevator and head up to meet our new friend. Here we talk to Jewel. Miller contacted her because one of those satellite bases is right underneath this lighthouse, so we helped her out. So in return, she would help us. So she does agree to lead us down to the base. Obviously, I have to go down first, however, but once we get the power on, I go down alone, while she stays up here to make sure the power stays on. So, Jewel turns the lights on to kill the spiders. But there is a foolproof method of beating them. Run like fuck, use any lights possible, and throw Molotovs at them. We do manage to make it to the area with all the maps, and after a short while searching, we find the one we're after. Here we get a trophy for finding the map we needed. So Demir arrives and tells us that he has to turn the lights out down here to get the elevator working. So once again, I run like fuck. But we are able to make it to the elevator with no problems.
Power's failing. We'll be in the dark again soon.
Seriously, I swear these spiders are meant to hate the light, but will jump out into the light just to take a swipe at us. Once everything calms down, Jewel tells us that Anna is set up nearby, and we should probably meet up with her. Here we get a trophy for finding all suit upgrades. Anna then tells us to go and clear the crane out, as there is a sniper watching the train, and that will be a problem if we don't deal with it.
2 seconds later.
We get a trophy for killing 50 enemies at distance. Here we make it back to Miller and give him the map, but he says that we are completely out of water, and with many of the group already struggling, me and Demir need to go find some water for the group. Here we get a trophy for stunning 50 enemies. We meet with Demir again, as we can sneak through some caves to arrive at the bandits' camp. So we go underground and kill every single ghoul down here. One outside the cave, we see how much water they have, and that they use their slaves to get it all for them. The plan is that Artyom opens the gate while Demir steals the truck, so we start taking out guards where we can. We get a trophy for using the bucket lift here. As you can see, we use the bucket lift to save us a massive climb, but it also allows us to sneak directly into the heart of this base. So we kill a guard dog, free some slaves, and take these two twats out silently, allowing us to open the gate for Demir.
It's Brittany, bitch.
So Artyom decides to go for a sleep while in the car, but as he wakes up we see a massive battle happening. So while half asleep we flank left and end up wiping out most of the bandits on our own.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
As we talk with Miller, he says that we need to break into the bandits' camp and steal some of their fuel, as we won't get far without it. So as always, it's up to me and Demir. So our trio make their plan outside the base, and we will sneak in, alone, while the other two take out and distract any guards. With the help of Demir, we are able to make it inside. Once inside, we see this place is a shithole, but like always, we are able to slip past everyone. Just as we arrive back on the surface, we meet again with Demir, but it's right at this moment where the Baron, the leader of this group, invites us up to speak with him. We accept because we actually can't attack this base head on without dying. Inside the base, we see the sheer amount of these twats, and I'm just waiting for a reason to start shooting them all. Outside the Baron's room, we see he has barred the door, so Jewel intends to climb around and get inside while we hold the bandits back. So yet another juggernaut shows up.
Oh shit, here we go again.
But we have all been here before, so I just mag dump him with the revolver and carry on. Demir finally catches up, and we manage to break down the door together.
I got her! Take the Baron! It's the strongest who survives!
Your head's in the way.
So Jewel is going to stay and start a revolution with the slaves. Here we get a trophy for having Demir stay with us. Another trophy for beating the Mission Caspian.
Fanatics on the banks of Volca. Cannibals in the mountain bunker. Slavers on the shores of the dried-out sea. How many monsters has the war given rise to? Or perhaps were they always there, and the war simply gave them a chance to show themselves, and now we're stuck with them forever? Regardless, we can't afford to lose hope. We are getting ever closer to our dream. Finding a place where we could live, free from radiation and mutants. The maps we recovered in the desert have provided us with several promising options, and now the crew members are excitedly waiting for the Colonel's decision on where the Aurora should go next. Currently, though, the train is calmly rolling eastward. The crew rests, and Stepan proposed to Katya. It was a proposal she couldn't refuse.
Probably the best start to any mission in the history of gaming, as we are just after giving Anna all 2 inches.
That was fantastic.
But this swiftly gets interrupted, as we are all having a party, as Stefan and Katya have gotten married. Miller then gives a speech about how he has found a river valley where we can settle and live, and it should have low radiation and no people, so everything appears to be going well. Here we get a trophy for attending the wedding, but it doesn't take long for tragedy to strike, and as we see Anna starts coughing up blood, it's here where she spills the beans and tells us that when the cannibal doctor ran some tests on her, it turns out her lungs are collapsing because of the radiation she caught when she fell in that ammo dump. Basically, she is fucked.
Oh, no.
Miller is obviously pissed, but Katya says that there was a drug made before the war to cure such a disease, so she will try do some research on it while we scout out this river valley.
I can't say I've ever been religious, but right now I'm begging all gods, please, watch over Anna and make the valley cure her of her affliction. In the meantime, Alyosha and I are on a recon mission. We have no idea of what is waiting for us there, though Alyosha seems convinced that there are going to be crowds of women eagerly anticipating his arrival. If that turns out to be the case, then I have the best companion possible for this mission.
Me and my buddy Alyosha have the fun task of scouting out this valley, and honestly, it looks pretty good, especially compared to Moscow. But as to be expected, it doesn't take long before things go tits up. Thanks to that crazy-looking lady, we didn't drown, but we don't have any of our equipment, and we are forced to use a shitty crossbow. I decide to try it out almost instantly on this wolf, and then free this bandit purely because I'm doing the good ending. If I'm not, he is dying here. We get a trophy for decapitating the statue. Here we end up meeting some of the morons who live here. And honestly, these guys are lucky I don't have my AK. Once again, we just sneak past these guys because deep down they aren't a threat at all, and we just use the zip line to head past them. I really hope we don't see that bear again. As we are trying to find Alyosha, we walk right into a trap, and I can't believe I've been captured by these morons. But once again, Lady Luck is on Artyom's side. So we follow the blood and find the wounded twat who stole my backpack. And yes, if Artyom spoke, it would probably make this interaction a lot easier, but he prefers to point at things and leave people guessing. We do have to sneak past one of their main camps though, but come on, Artyom has broken out of Nazi camps, snuck past entire communist armies, and got past a ton of librarians. I think a few twats with crossbows is going to be too easy. We make it to the church. I'm sick of this fucking bear. Good thing I have 5 Molotovs. Oh, and also 5 pipe bombs.
Another one. Another one. Another one.
Here we get a trophy for not running from the bear, but we once again reunite with Olga, the lady who saved us from drowning. Here she tells us that Alyosha is up at the dam, and we need to steal a boat from the pirates to get to him, so that should be fun. After borrowing one of their boats, we manage to paddle our way into their base, and luckily, it's very close to the lever that opens the gate. So once up top, I use the lever, and then knock out this unfortunate guard who happened to find me. I swear, this guy was a paid actor. He turned as soon as I went under the bridge with the boat. It's here where we come face to face with a madman in a wheelchair.
Am I right or what, Senya?
You're always right, Admiral Sir.
We get a trophy for taking part in his party. Our last hurdle is to zipline across this valley, and then get to the top and regroup with Alyosha.
Come get some! Artyom? Damn, you're alive! I'm so glad to see you. And I just managed to get in contact with the Aurora.
He then drops a bombshell by saying that the dam here is close to breaking, and on the other side is a fuck ton of radiation. So we can't stay here, but we plan to use the zipline down at the tower and meet back with the group.
2 seconds later.
I have had enough of this fucking bear.
Artyom, get...
So every explosive or Molotov I have gets chucked at the big fucker. After killing the bear, Olga and her men let us leave, since we haven't actually harmed any of them, so me and Alyosha used the zipline. Once on the other side, we managed to make it back to the train by the skin of our teeth. Here we get a trophy for making sure Alyosha isn't wounded, another one for completing the mission without being spotted, finally another trophy for beating the tiger mission.
We all remained silent while the Aurora was running along the poison sea held at bay by the dam. We believed we'd be back. Now, having seen the sword of Damocles hanging over the valley, we knew it was not meant to be. Alyosha is especially worried. His Olga is there. Perhaps he will be able to warn her via radio and save the people there. What happens next? I have no idea. I am ready for anything. Anything but one thing. Anna, please, hold on. Without you, I have nothing to live for, nothing to dream about. Doubly so, since if not for that dream of mine, you'd be all right now.
So turns out Anna is in pretty rough shape and will definitely die if we don't do anything. So as we talk on the train, Idiot tells us the place which has the cure could have untold levels of radiation, and it could be the worst we have ever encountered before. But Miller has a plan.
I'll tell you what we do. Artyom and I will go.
This is not the way.
So me and Miller will go find the cure, while the rest of the gang will get the train better suited for winter, because if the train gets stuck, we will die. I then head out to have a smoke with Sam for 2 reasons. 1, because he is a fucking Chad, and 2, he voices Dempsey from Black Ops 1. So listening to this guy shout was half of my childhood.
I'd still like to believe that kindness will come back to you. Good luck, brother.
Anna isn't giving up. She believes in me, believes in us, and for a good reason. Thousands of kilometers of track behind us, we are finally approaching Novosibirsk, a dead city concealing her hope for life, the medicine that could save her, somewhere in its cold, irradiated heart. A year ago, we left the poisoned ruins of Moscow, and now we are about to enter another city stiff in the murderous embrace of winter and radiation. Will we ever find somewhere to live on the surface? Maybe. But for now, we're returning back into the bowels of Metro. Back to save Anna.
So Sam has been outside keeping an eye on the radiation's levels, and as Miller comes out, he tells us that the radiation here is 10 times worse than Moscow. So this seems like a death trap, but Artyom and Miller are ready to risk it all.
Are you ready, Artyom?
Inside the train, Miller goes over the plan with the Spartan Rangers one last time before me, and him head out. We then meet with Tokarev, who gives us our gear, and fuck me. You know, when the old man has got his Tesla rifle out, he means business. Last time we seen him use this, he racked up a crazy kill count. As we both drive off, the entire mood feels like 2 soldiers going to their death. It doesn't take long before the car is stuck in the snow. So we ditch the car and walk until we can get into the tunnels. Honestly, deep underground in these tunnels, it feels just like the first game we are in our element here.
We need to get into the tunnel. Next one. Take this! Are you okay? Good.
We get a trophy here for getting a kill with every gun. Deeper into these tunnels, we see that there was a war fought here as well, probably similar to the war we fought back in D6. But no one survived. But the good thing about me having to play this game 4 fucking times is I remember when I'm walking into a trap. But as we are trying to find our way out, we encounter a child who somehow manages to give Miller the slip, so we give chase. Eventually, we find the wee fucker, and Miller is able to hold on to him this time. He says he will lead us back to where he has been staying this whole time. Here we get a trophy for finding all postcards. But finally, the old man lets me use his Tesla rifle. So this is Kirill, by the way. And he has been living here for years, but his dad went to a communication center to find maps, so they can also live in a place with no radiation, just like we are. He also says that they had this drug, that if you take too much radiation, you can use to cure yourself. It's rad away from Fallout, basically. So the plan changes. I will find the cure while Miller and Kirill finds the map together.
Are you ready? Good luck. Remember why we are in this. The life of my daughter, your wife, is in your hands now.
Straight away, I want to test the Tesla rifle out. We then have to paddle our way down the inside of someone's arsehole, because I mean this place is fucking disgusting looking. We get a trophy here for making our way through the tunnel, but we soon get attacked by some massive worms, but with some precise gunfire, we kill them pretty quickly. We do carry on paddling down yet another tunnel until the radiation becomes too much for us. So the radiation is really fucking Artyom up right now. He is seeing illusions of Anna everywhere, and hearing voices in his head.
Pinwheels! Pinwheels in my head! Voices! Angry fish!
So I think it's time to use that wonder cure. Oh yeah. And things just start fucking floating what is happening. We do manage to make our way back to the surface. Oh, we also have a few dark ones watching over Artyom. Honestly, I'd love the little dark one to jump out, but that's not going to happen. Once inside the facility, we can see this place is fucked. Khan would have a field day inside here. Well, this mission just got a lot harder. As we push forward, we just see more and more visions of Anna.
Everything's going to be alright.
We get a trophy for finding all dairy notes. It's here, where I decide there is only one way past these massive apes. We finally manage to find the drugs needed to cure Anna, but once again we have no luck, as we are attacked by a blind one. Here we get a trophy for not killing any blind ones. As we lie here soaking up radiation, I think this is where we die, lads. At least Artyom gave it everything to save Anna.
All I ask is when you lay your head on that pill at night, know I gave you everything I had.
You did.
I gave you everything I had.
But just before we die, Miller finally finds us.
Because this is what it does. It appeals to like the male fantasy.
Artyom, stay with me. Hold on. Son.
You know what, I've gave Miller some shit this game, but I'm man enough to admit when I was wrong, using the last of the miracle cure to save Artyom from dying by radiation, and in turn basically dooming himself to certain death just to save us. That's the Miller I remember from the first and second games. What a man. So he starts to drive us back to the train, but as we wake up again, he has passed out, so we take the wheel. But finally we arrive at where the train should be. As we wake up yet again, we see Colonel Miller is dead. Rest easy, big man. Right on time though, the rest of the guys arrive. It's here where we see all the different crew members giving us blood, as without all of them Artyom would have certainly died.
That's it, Stepan. You can't give more.
This isn't your destination, Artyom. You're not there yet, not even close. Friend, time to get some quality blood in that body of yours, huh?
You keep us together, Artyom. You must survive, for all of our sakes.
We still have to stir some shit up back in the metro, so don't you fucking dare die here.
But with all the freaky shit that happens in these games, it allows us one last conversation with Miller.
I have a daughter, but I also wanted a son. A really stubborn one, just like me. Like you. I really like this place. It's so clean. I'd like to stay here forever. Could you arrange that for me? And the most important thing, my time's up, Artyom. It's your turn now. Step up, lead them. Just remember that I created the order to save people. All people, Artyom. Don't forget that. Because I somehow did. Goodbye, Commander. Time to wake up. Come on. Rise and shine, son.
We found the place I saw in my dream. That hill on the shores of Baikal where Miller took me. A clean place, just like he said. Everything around is clean. We found ourselves a home. A home at the foot of a hill, overlooking a lake. A home where we could raise our children, who will be born not in the damp and dark tunnels, but under blue sky and bright sun.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the ranking officer, I propose a motion to entrust the duty of commanding the order to Artyom. Unanimously approved. So, what would your orders be, sir?
I would say we all go home. But this home seems too large for just us. You know, the colonel once told me he created the order to save people. All of them. I say it's time we perform this duty.
Here we get a trophy for assuming command of the order, another one for having all crew members still with us. So with the good ending done, we have the really fun part of playing the game again, while completing any random trophies left, while also getting the bad ending.
Oh shit, here we go again.
We get a trophy here for killing 300 humans. Another one for getting 30 crossbow kills. It's here where the first big change in the bad ending happens, where Duke stays behind on the bridge and dies. This is then followed up by Demir staying behind with Jewel to fight the slave revolution. And lastly, Ailosha gets injured. This results in when it comes time for everyone to give blood, there isn't enough people, so Artyom dies. This results in Artyom being stuck aboard the Eternal Voyage with other dead people and a few familiar faces.
So we meet again. What? Have you forgotten your friend Bourbon? See how it went? You didn't stay there for too long. But that's just the way the world works, right? You struggle, and fight, and still get fucked. Ah, well. I say you should take a walk around. I'll stay right here if you need me. We have a lot of time, my friend. More than enough to talk about everything.
As sad as this ending is, fuck, it's good to see Bourbon again.
Hello, Artyom. I didn't really expect to see you here. I thought you had some other fate, or a greater one. I remember when you were but a boy from the exhibition, dreaming of one day remembering the face of his mother. Was that why you opened the airlock at the Botanical Gardens? Look at you now. I'll be returning to the metro soon. But you... The sun never rises here, Artyom. You can't stop this train. Can't ever get off it. There are not stations in this world. He who has enough courage and patience to stare into the darkness for his entire life shall be the first to see the flash of light. Remember that? Why then... Not enough patience? So what if there are no stations here? Who would want to stop anyway? Come on, you hunk of iron. Pick up some speed. We'll shake this place up. Make all the dead look alive. Well, it is time for me to leave. And you, tell everyone I said hi. I'll give your regards to whoever I see back home.
Here we get a trophy for beating the game on Ranger Hardcore, another one for getting the bad ending. Here we get a trophy for spending 500 chemicals cleaning weapons. This then unlocks us the Platinum Trophy. So everyone that was the Metro Exodus Platinum, and the end to yet another amazing trilogy. Honestly, I really enjoyed Artyom's story from start to finish. From a simple messenger to the savior of the Metro. It was a really great journey. This game obviously stands out from the other two, as graphically and gameplay-wise it is far superior, but you really need to play these games as a trilogy to get the full experience. But as always guys, I really hoped you enjoyed the video, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.